So it's time to get into the terminology here, because to be moving forward, we're going to be using some, I guess, trading jargon or Forex terminology. So you need to know it for us to, advance and look at brokers and look at charting and all of that nice stuff. Okay, so these are some words we're going to be using often. So spot price. What is the spot price? Or you might hear, this is just the current price of a currency pair, right? So when I went on Google earlier, or if I go on a charting software and you see the price, this is the spot price. This is the current price, the last executed trade, right? The last transaction that happened on that broker is going to be the spot price there, okay? So then we have the order book, the bid price, the ask price, and the spread. And I think the best way to explain this here is through a little example. So the order book, okay, is going to be basically, I'll put it here, order book. Okay, this is going to be the book with all the buyers and all the sellers. So let's say you want to buy, and let's keep with the USD to Mexican peso example. Well, you'll have the buyers, so people who want to buy Mexican pesos with USD. So let's say somebody wants to buy, at 20 pesos per US dollar, okay? Well, somebody else wants to buy at 19. Maybe somebody else wants at 18.50, right? There's a bunch of buyers. And this is the price. There's going to be a quantity too as well, but let's just assume there's just the price for now. And then you have sellers as well, right? And sellers, somebody might want to sell at 21. Somebody else might want to sell at 21.50. Somebody else might want at 21.99. Somebody else at 25. So here you have the buyers, and here you have the sellers. Okay, so we have buyers and sellers. Now, what we're going to call this is the order book, because it has all the orders for all the people who want to buy and sell. These are open orders. Now, if somebody comes in and says, well, I want to buy Mexican pesos at 21, and somebody is willing to sell them at 21, this order is going to be removed as long as they have the same quantity, and it's going to come off the order book, okay? And it will just show up as a transaction that happens, okay? But as long as somebody is waiting and wants to get filled or wants to get executed, they want to, place that trade, have that execution, but it's still not executed, it's part of the order book, right? And when I talked earlier about the big banks going through Thomson Reuters, well, they have an order book and they see who wants to buy how much at all these levels. Now, in the order book, the best buyer here, or the buyer who's willing to pay the most, we call this the bid. Okay, and here the seller who's willing to sell at the lowest amount of price, we call this the ask. So the bid here, and if I put this back here, the bid price, okay, is the buyer who's willing to pay the most. Now, if you want to sell right now, this moment, what price can you sell at? You can sell to the guy who's willing to pay the most, right? So when you're looking at the bid price, you can think of it as, if I want to sell right now, I can sell at the bid price. Now, the other way, if you want to buy right now, where can you buy? You're not going to put your order, if you want to buy, we'll go back here. You're not going to put your order here and be like, I want to buy here, because then you're just going to have to wait until somebody sells to you. It's not how, so if you want to buy right now, you're going to have to buy at the ask, okay? And the difference here between the bid and ask, we call this the spread. Okay, the spread is going to be the difference between the bid and the ask. And the spread is kind of like your commission, the cost, okay? Because let's say right now you want to pay, you want to buy this currency, and you buy it at 21, okay? So you buy at 21, and then right away you turn around and you sell it at 20. So you just lost $1, right? A peso. So you just lost that. So you buy it at 20 and then you sell it. So let's put here. So you buy at 21 and you sell it at 20. So you lost the spread. So the spread is your commission. Okay? So you want something that has a low spread, right? If, let's say, in this case, you lost $1. But if the prices were different here, if let's say here the ask was, let's say, 20.50 and the bid was, let's say, 20.40, well, if you would have bought at 20.50, okay, at 20.50, and then sold right away at 20.40, you would have only lost 10 cents, okay? So you want to make sure that when you're trading something, you have a small spread. Now, this order book, most of the time, you're not even going to see it. You're not going to see all of these things, and you're only going to be provided the bid and ask. And with a lot of brokers, they won't permit you to place your order in the order book and transact with other clients, right? Some of them would, but others will just give you those prices, and they're gonna be trading against you. So, oh, you want to buy? Well, they'll sell it to you at that price, and they'll handle in the background getting it or doing whatever. Okay, but then they might have a different spread depending on the time and the volatility of the market, because if they can get this currency at, let's say, 20.48, okay, and they'll sell it to you for a higher price, they'll do that. Okay, but then the problem is if they give it to you at 20.48 and then by the time they get it, or at 20.50, sorry, and by the time they get it, the price really moved, there's risk. So they might widen their spread when the market is moving a lot, okay? And we're going to get into that when we talk about brokers, but this is something that you want to, keep in mind. This is the terminology for, spot price, order book, bid price, ask price, and the spread.